I have to backtrack. Okay, so I've been obsessed with art like recently. Like I've been like, oh, art, okay. And I was looking at someone's Tumblr, and they had posted about how they'd post all their artwork there, and how instead of just like pulling out like great pictures, they had a sketchbook, and they're just like they just started drawing and drawing, and whatever they came up with, they helped them improve them, like help them do stuff. And I was like, wow, that's a great idea. I remember when I was younger, I used to ask every year, oh, can I have a sketchbook? Can I have a sketchbook? Can I have a sketchbook? Because, and like more art supplies, because I didn't know what I wanted. Like I didn't know what to do, and I knew that I loved art, so I figured if I don't have to buy it later on, like why not? And so then I was like, oh my gosh, I have all these sketchbooks laying around. Why don't I like take one to school with me and I can draw on it? So like the night before, I had well, okay, no, I've had the sketchbook, like this one, like I've been using it all this week because I just started this, and so I have two other ones. I was looking at it and I was like, oh, okay, no, not bad, not bad. Oh, I remember doing this, like blah blah blah, and then I got to a blank page. I was like, oh. Like, there were more pictures, like, oh, I must be at the end of what I had drawn in the book, and I didn't remember anything else. I was like, oh, okay. And so I'm in my Prob and Stat class, of course. Like, I don't do anything in that class. Like, I don't pay attention. And so I was like, oh, sweet. And so I'm flipping through pages, like, to get to, like, the new blank page, which is, like, I come up to the picture that I drew, and I was like, oh, okay. So I turn the page, and I see more art that I'd done. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. I was like, there's more? And there's page after page after page of, like, really embarrassing artwork that I had done that, like, was so bad, like, compared to what I do now. I was like, oh, my gosh, no, you gotta be kidding me. And so I'm like, oh, crap, and I'm like, I'm like, sitting here in the corner. I was like, oh, my gosh, I'm, like, flipping pages. I'm, like, getting ready, like, I'm eyeing pages that I'm gonna get rid of. I'm like, oh, my goodness gracious, okay. So I go and I take the pages and I start like ripping them out, and I start I'm going like little like binding by like binding, like I'm ripping, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like please let this not be like, I hope no one's noticing me. And then what happens? I rip at all of them with one of the sketches that I actually really liked that I did like just recently. I ripped it out along with, and I was like, oh crap, I'm supposed to get rid of it. And so I went to go move over to like take the paper to go recycle it, and I drop like all the pages in my hand. I was like, so I hope I like bend over. I see like the two girls next to me like eyeing like what is on the floor, and I go no, and I pick them up and I crinkle them up. I'm like, oh no, no. I was like, no one needs to see them, and I'm pretty sure they saw one of the embarrassing photos. Like, it was so bad. Like, I even added color to some of these pictures. Like, that was so bad. And, like, Gail's off to, like, my right, and, like, they're off to my left. And I'm like, and Gail, like, knows I draw or whatever. Like, and I'm not embarrassed of my artwork, but, like, that artwork was embarrassing. Like, I'm not gonna lie. It was embarrassing. I was like, oh, please, no.